be honest, how many of you clicked this video because you've been watching trailers of this game for like 5 years, and you still don't know if it's actually real or just a really expensive tech demo? Yeah, same. I swear, every time a new trailer dropped, it looked insane. And every time I said the same thing. Okay, this looks amazing, but there's no way the actual game plays like this. So naturally, I did what any responsible gamer would do. I ignored sleep, ignored my responsibilities, and played it for hours, just so I can come back here and tell you the truth. I played this game, properly played it, not just watched gameplay, not just early impressions. I explored, fought, got lost, got confused, got destroyed by bosses, emotionally recovered, and then got destroyed again. And now, here's everything you actually need to know before you jump in. First, let me tell you the exact moment I realized this game was serious. I stepped into the world, took like 10 steps forward, and then just stopped. Not because of enemies, not because of a quest, but because I genuinely just stood there looking around. Mountains in the distance, wind moving through trees, NPCs just walking around doing their own thing, animals reacting to the environment, lighting changing naturally. And I had that rare moment where my brain went, oh, this place feels real. And listen, I've played a lot of open world games. At this point, big maps don't impress me anymore, but this felt different. It didn't feel like a map designed for gameplay. It felt like a world that exists, and you just happen to be inside it. And that's dangerous, because once a game makes you feel like that, you stop playing efficiently. You know what I mean? You stop following objectives and start following curiosity. I kept telling myself, okay, just go to the next mission. And then I'd see something weird on a hill, or a cave entrance, or some random structure, or an NPC arguing with someone. And suddenly, 30 minutes gone, objective forgotten, life choices questionable. This game will absolutely destroy your sense of time. Now, movement. Oh man, movement is fun. And I don't mean basic open world jogging around. I mean actual physical interaction with the world. You climb things, glide across huge distances, ride mounts that actually feel responsive, and the terrain genuinely affects how you move. Slopes, momentum, obstacles, everything matters. At one point, I wasn't even doing quests. I was just traveling because it felt satisfying. Like, I'd pick a direction and go, just to see what would happen, and something always happens. But okay, beautiful world, fun exploration, cool movement, all great. Let's talk about what really decides everything: combat. This combat does not play around. It's fast, heavy, and super cinematic, but also punishing if you're careless. Every attack has weight, and the footsteps, they sound like he's carrying a mountain on his head. Every dodge matters. Timing is everything. And when enemies hit you, you feel it. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything. The first big boss I fought, I walked in confident. Like, fully confident. I had upgraded gear, understood basic mechanics, feeling like a professional gamer. 30 seconds later, I was staring at the defeat screen, in complete silence, just processing what happened. These bosses are dramatic. Huge scale, aggressive patterns, constant pressure, and they force you to actually learn the fight. You can't just spam attacks and hope for the best. Well, again, you can, but that strategy ends very quickly. I tested it multiple times for scientific research, and the music when you fight a boss is absolutely insane. Like, it pumps you up so much it feels like the game is injecting pure hype directly into your soul. Something I didn't expect was how cinematic normal gameplay feels. Not just cutscenes, actual gameplay moments. Camera angles shift. Environmental destruction happens mid-fight. Characters move with personality. And sometimes it genuinely feels like you're controlling a scene from a movie. And the story is way more serious than I expected. Political tension, factions fighting for power, personal struggles, loyalty, survival. It's not just background noise. The world has history, and characters feel like they belong in it. I actually paid attention to conversations, which, if you know how I usually play games, that is shocking. Now, we need to talk about the big thing everyone is wondering. This game is extremely ambitious. Like, dangerously ambitious. It tries to do everything. Massive world, deep combat, cinematic storytelling, side activities, crafting, exploration systems, environmental interaction, all stacked together. And when a game reaches this level of ambition, it's impressive, but it also means things can feel overwhelming sometimes. There were moments where I thought, okay, the game expects me to understand a lot right now. Some systems take time to click. Some mechanics aren't explained perfectly. And sometimes you just have to experiment and learn through trial and error. Some players will love that freedom. Others might feel slightly lost at first. Performance is another reality check. When a game looks this detailed, your system is working overtime. Most of the time, everything looks beautiful and smooth, but there are moments where you can tell the game is pushing limits. Not game-breaking, but noticeable. And honestly, with a world this dense, it's not surprising. So now the big question, is it overhyped? It lives up to the hype in scale, atmosphere, and ambition. But no game this massive is flawless. There are rough edges, moments where systems feel slightly messy, places where you can feel how much the developers tried to do at once. But here's the important part. Even with those rough edges, I kept wanting to play. That's what matters most. I didn't just complete objectives. I wandered, experimented, failed, learned, explored random places for no reason. And every time I stopped playing, I wanted to come back. That's when you know a game has something special. So if you're thinking about playing, here's my honest feeling after real time with it. This game is bold. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's sometimes overwhelming, sometimes messy. But when everything clicks together, it's genuinely incredible. And if you love open worlds that reward curiosity, cinematic action, and games that aren't afraid to take risks, you're going to have a very good time here. Just don't plan to play for 1 hour. That is a lie you tell yourself before losing half your day. Trust me, I learned the hard way. Anyway, that's everything you need to know from my experience actually playing. If you jump in, good luck. You're going to need it, especially for the bosses. All right, I'm going back in. See you in the next one.